I recently met a woman who purchased a home in West Suffield. This home needed a lot of work. She was on a budget, and despite it being her dream house, she didn't know how she was going to swing it all.
Well, that was until she reached out to Norcom Mortgage, who helped make her dream come true. Let's take a look.
When Kirsten Johannesson closed on this house in West Suffield back in February, on the one hand, she was over the moon with excitement.
You had to have this house.
I had to have this house.
What was it about this house that you had to have?
It was a feeling the very first time I walked through, which was just over a year ago. I walked into the front door and onto the front porch, and I knew immediately that I just loved this house. It was a feeling.
But on the other hand, Kirsten had another feeling.
I kind of stayed out of the kitchen the first week I moved in, though, because it was really scary, and that was the biggest part of the biggest challenge.
Yes, the house that Kirsten purchased was in a bit of disrepair.
No one else wanted this house.
No one wanted this house.
It was vacant when you got it.
Yes.
It was in disrepair.
Yes.
Talk to me about some of the disrepair.
Sure. It hadn't been updated in quite a while. Everything was very dark, very dirty. We had heaves in the flooring, and we had the kitchen was what was left of the original 1950s kitchen that hadn't been well maintained since the 50s.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot left. Some of it had been torn out. The flooring had holes all the way to the basement.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you came in, then you said, though, I got to have this house.
Yeah.
On a budget, Kirsten didn't know how she was going to buy the house and then fix it up.
How do you afford this house?
I went to my boss, and who recommended the Norcom 203K program.
The Norcom 203K program, a perfect fit for Kirsten and the house of her dreams. James Morin, an executive vice president with Norcom Mortgage, tells us about the program.
So in this particular case, she did what's called a 203K loan, but we have a few different renovation projects that quite honestly allow the buyers to purchase the home, but also the money that they need to do some improvements or enhancements and that type of thing.
So for instance, let's just say she got the home for $100,000,
Yep.
and then she wanted to borrow $20,000 extra to do the renovations. You're giving the loan, you're giving the mortgage basically for $120,000, even though the purchase price is $100,000.
Yes, and so that goes right into it. So not only do they purchase the loan, but there's a whole process to determine how much she's eligible to borrow above and beyond that. We still get an appraisal. The appraisal gets done like it would on any other property, but they're given a scope of work, and that scope of work comes from a HUD consultant as well as the contractor, and they work out an agreement of what we're going to put in for budget, and they do the appraisal as if the property's already renovated. So if you added a bedroom or a bathroom to a particular property, you're now comparing it to other properties in the area that have those additional bedrooms and bathrooms, and then they're creating what's called an after improved value, and then they get to borrow up to that amount.
The money budgeted for improvements goes into an escrow account. As the projects get completed, the contractors get paid.
Like, you get the money, you can't go to Vegas.
No. Yeah, no, the checks are actually overnighted, and they are made payable to myself and the contractor. So we both have to endorse them in order for him to get
In order for him to get paid.
While Kirsten's house is still a work in progress, take a look around. What a remarkable job she's done so far.
We have a kitchen now, which is kind of a big deal because I like to cook.
It's coming along. And the floors that I'm standing on?
Yes, flooring and cabinets and counters and hardware. And we did some renovation. We took out the closet where my new fridge now sits. We had rerouted plumbing, and this entire side of things is brand new. So we moved the sink from this window over to this window. And I have the world's greatest sink, which is totally my favorite part of this entire kitchen.
Which is just awesome. And you put a roof on with the money?
Put a new roof, which was magic because they actually came and went before we came home from work and school.
They did it all.
We just showed up, and you could kind of tell they had been here, and it was just a beautiful new roof. It was like magic. I wish everything happened like that. You just leave for work in the morning and you come home to brand new construction.
Would you recommend this program to?
100%. 100%. I have run into wonderful people, helpful people. This program is the reason I am in this house. I don't see any other way that I could have pulled this off.
Norcom, quite honestly, does a lot of these loans because we want to give back to the communities. I mean, quite honestly, we want to help any blighted problems, issues that we have. I mean, certainly we're corporate offices here in Connecticut, and we want to give back to the communities in which we're in. We have people that live in these communities, so we want to take chances on these properties because we want to rehabilitate them, not only for our benefit, But when you talk to Kirsten and she shows you before and afters, it's hearing the excitement in their voice or talking to her kids. It's super important that we do it because they get to make a vacant property their home, their dream home.
How long are you going to be in this house?
Forever. Forever and ever and ever. Besides the fact I'm never moving again, but no, really and truly, I will make this my retirement home. I love this house.
All right, if you're interested in any of the products that Norcom Mortgage has available, please get in touch with them. You never know, your dream house could be right around the corner.
I'm telling you, that was beautiful.
Yeah, she did a really good job.
To learn more about the loan products Norcom can offer you, head to norcommortgage.com.